at least, hey, whoa, this is not what I signed up for. Like, I feel for the man. That's not, I didn't sign up for this. This is nothing against Colorado. I didn't sign up for this coach. Ladies and gentlemen, the transfer portal data period reopened on the 3rd, and that means Colorado made a few moves, and they also lost a few things, and there's also a few updates. So I'm going to do a few little quick updates for Colorado going into Monday. I believe there's going to still be a few things moving and shaking for the transfer portal to officially close, and then, of course, the spring portal to reopen when it happens, man. So we're going to go over a few things, look at some updates from a few guys, and even hear from Caden Salter. We got some things to go over. So I appreciate y'all watching these videos. If you like them, leave a like. If you enjoy them, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. Let's get right into it. So my man Scott Proctor, I believe he is down in Boulder. He's a young, I believe, young reporter, but he does a lot of good stuff. I like following him. Follow him on Twitter if you're a Buffalo guy, because he has the good stuff. So this is the first 14 portal additions for Colorado so far. I believe it's adjusted for the recruit that they just lost, but let's see. We have quarterback Caden Salter, of course, wide receiver Joseph Williams from Tulsa. If I remember, I'll say where they're from. Caden Salter, of course, from Liberty. Joseph Williams from Tulsa. Zach Atkins from Southwest Missouri. Alki Ogunbiyi, Zarian McGill, Jaheim Otis from Alabama, Gabriel Lightfoot from Fresno State, Reggie Hughes from Jackson State. I love the Hughes because Jerry Hughes. I'm sorry. What's it called? Killian Salter, who we're going to talk about here, and that is also, yes, the brother of Caden Salter as well. You have Martavius French, another linebacker that just recruited recently. We're going to talk about him. Defensive back Makari Vickers from Oklahoma, Tawik Byard, safety out of USF, and then kicker Buck Buchanan and punter Damon Greaves. So let's take a peek at some of these new names like I talked about. I think the biggest addition has to be the offensive lineman, the center, Mr. Zarian McGill, out of Louisiana Tech. First things first, if you do hear that beautiful pitter-patter of rain just gracefully here, I'm sorry, we're in a super dang thunderstorm right here, but it's a little ASMR. Just understand it, love it, live it, and it's gonna be the last video like it, all right? Just thug through it. Louisiana center Zarian McGill has committed to Colorado per Chris Hummer. Only 2 sacks allowed since 2023, 685. Nobody be afraid. For those who are big Cash Cleveland fans, if you don't know, centers often play the guard positions, right? If you're a guard, sometimes you can play center, but most centers can usually play guard. Obviously, the center is a lot more complicated position. You got to set coverages, help on both sides, yada, 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 snap the ball, have a dude underneath your tank at some points, right? So having more centers is always a good thing. That means you're going to have one of the smartest pieces of the offensive line, one of the most talented, one of the most skillful pieces of the offensive line added. So it could always be a benefit there, even if he ends up just playing one of those guard positions and he's not the new center. So a lot of positives there. And more stats here from my man Scott Proctor. He says Louisiana Tech offensive line transfer Zarian McGill, who has allowed just 2 sacks over the last 2 seasons, 685 passing block attempt, has committed. He played 35 career games, so he's also a veteran. That's a lot of good starts to have when you want to get things done. And then here's another linebacker from UTSA, Mr. Martavius French. So, of course, we know that we've lost. I keep saying we. Colorado lost some linebackers, not only to the portal with Nikhil Green going to Alabama. You lost some linebackers, of course, going to the actual draft. I believe Jaheim Brown's going to be back though. But also on top of that, with that need, how about another linebacker? And this one's pretty easy. This is linebacker Killian Salter, I believe that's how you pronounce it, out of TCU, and he is the brother of Caden Salter. So how cool is that? I just think that's cool. Anytime that brothers get to play, anytime that family gets to play, right? I know we lose out on the Sanders connection, but now we got the Salters in there, and the Sanders to the Salters. I don't know, Julian Lewis. You might have to be great. And speaking of Salters, we are going to listen to this little interview from Caden Salter because he had some pretty good things to say about Julian Lewis and positive there. But before we get there, we got to talk about a few updates here. So first things first, Colorado commit Zarian McGill. This is him in his outfit, looking smooth, looking snaggy. Some people were asking Savion Riley. I believe he's a guy that's been getting some. He gets some rotational minutes. I've seen him make some plays here and there. Again, a lot of numbers going around. All right, I gotta keep up with my Longhorns. Colorado said to Savion Riley. So basically, they asked him if he's leaving. They said no, sir. So if you're worried about him, he said that. I think last video we talked about Amarion Miller also saying the same thing. Hey, we're locked in with Colorado. So it's good to see. I mean, hey, in the modern day with the transfer portal, it's very important to know that these players are locked in because they might just hop in the portal even after saying that. So they might hop in the portal after signing, dog. But continuing on, Illinois' elite veteran offensive line, Xylon Chrysler in a Buffs uniform. He also just recently made his visit. I believe he's 6'7", just a big, bad, big boy, big dog that could be quite the benefit for Colorado and Deion Sanders if they get there. So let's get into the bad, and then we'll get into some good things from Kaidon Salter. So the bad is recent commit. I mean, this was like, we made a video about him like a week ago. Center Carter Miles is decommitted from Colorado. My man Scott Proctor, that's my guy. I'll make sure I follow him. Louisiana Monroe transfer offensive line Carter Miller has decommitted from Colorado. He tells me Phil Lodeholt, now a Mississippi State player, now at Mississippi State, played a big role in recruitment to Boulder. So this is a big negative, but at least it's positive because we know it's not anything that Colorado specifically did, right? This is no fault on Colorado. Now, they definitely need somebody in that offensive line room trying to preserve any of the recruits they have, because clearly Phil Lodeholt was a good coach, and I wouldn't be surprised if Carter Miller magically finds himself on the Mississippi State squad, right? You know, that's what happens when you're a great coach. So shout out to him for elevating and do those things. But this is one of those things that it's hard to avoid. As the move and shaking of college football and people start taking those elevations and stuff like that, this is actually the good thing about the transfer portal. I know if you're a Colorado fan, you're not happy about it, but the good thing about the transfer portal is that in old college football, you transfer in for this coach, you've been talking to him, oh my God, you're the reason I'm gonna do this with you, I guarantee you, because you're my guy. And then as soon as you get on campus, he leaves, and then if you transfer, you're gonna have to wait another 2 years to get back on the football field. So understand that these cases, this is why I am pro transfer portal. That's why I'm pro these players, because you have to be able to get out of these jams, because coaches can get out of jams anytime they want. They can promise you the world and then hop out and go to Mississippi State and say peace. So the fact that he can at least, hey, whoa, this is not what I signed up for. Like, I feel for the man. That's not, I didn't sign up for this. It's nothing against Colorado. I didn't sign up for this coach. They don't have an offensive line coach from what I understand. And if they do, it's not the one that he talked to and he knew and he understood. Like, it feels like a big betrayal of trust there. So I see where he's coming from there. If you're a Colorado fan, hopefully you can see that too. So more positives, of course. If we got time, we'll take a peek at Quentin Gibson going crazy in the All-Americans. But I think this is important. So quarterback Kaidon Salter had some things to say regarding the way that he's going to be interacting with Julian Lewis. So I think we'll play it here just in case they do any copyrights, because you know how news channels
Colorado's got a big commit coming in out of high school, and Juju Lewis. What were those conversations like? Because obviously playing time and getting a chance to show what you can do is a big part of committing somewhere. So did they promise anything? Did they tell you this, you'll get a chance, an opportunity? What did they say to you that gave you the confidence of, I've got a shot to make my name here as well?
Yeah, no promises, all competition, and I'm willing to come in and compete. Juju, he's a younger guy, of course, so they wanted somebody in the room that can mentor him and help him come into college and feel comfortable, and they felt like I was that guy that can do that. I also feel like I'm that guy that can do that. I've met Juju at the Elite 11. I was an Elite 11 counselor this year. So I've met Juju before, and I just recently met him again once I went out there for the bowl game. Very, very cool dude, and he's a playmaker. One of the best quarterbacks in his class. So just being able to compete and go out there and do what we have to do and help each other, build each other up. So it's all love over there, and it'll be a great competition between us, and that'll be that. It was no promises, all competition.
I like this, right? I hate to sound like an old fogey. Oh, I want to bring back. Why don't people just compete, huh? Why don't you want to just sit there on a roster, not get any play time, and hope that you could? Like, it's kind of crazy, right? But in this situation, like, situations are situational. This is a win-win situation. At Colorado with Deion Sanders, either I mentor this 5-star crazy quarterback who's going to be phenomenal, right? I've already put some tape out there. Maybe I keep another year of eligibility. Maybe I transfer out somewhere else, maybe whatever. But I get in the building with him. I get in the building with Deion Sanders. I get in the building with these great wide receivers. I go compete, try to start. And if he starts, hey, Colorado, if you're a Colorado fan, that's what you want. That is the best thing possible. You want Julian Lewis and Deion Sanders to be locked in so much so that, hey, we're going to bring in Caden for you, right? It's a guy that you've met multiple times. Y'all are cool. Similar play style. Caden, I believe, is a little more of a runner, though. He really puts his head down and runs. Julian is just wiggly. He can run, but he doesn't like running is a part of Caden Salter's game, right? So hey, but y'all are both shifty, similar height, right? Both can whip it, right? So having those two similar body styles, watching how a pro does it, I mean, you see it at the NFL level. Again, I like what we talk about on this channel. This is the NFL. Welcome to the NFL. College football needs to be treated like the NFL, or else you're behind, right? Now you got your bridge quarterback, and you got Julian Lewis, and Caden Salter better play his off, maintain his NIL deals, and hope he can keep Julian Lewis on the bench. And that's the best thing, because that means he's playing great football. I want y'all to know it is awesome if Julian Lewis has to sit on the bench. That means Caden Salter is balling for y'all, Colorado. And Deion's like, he's going crazy. Julian, you're gonna have to rest, right? Get you some time, get you some development, and that's great for a dude who's coming out early. That's phenomenal. All right. Now it's hard because just like Deion Sanders says, these high schoolers are gone. Some of these high schoolers are gonna be gone next to bowl season, right? Now I don't think Julian Lewis is that dude. Usually bigger name quarterbacks who are a little more locked in with the coaches. Usually it's a little different, but hey, we've seen crazier things. We've seen crazier things. All right, so just wrap this up. Last update. Let's just look at Quentin Gibson. Just cook, folks. We already made a video about Quentin Gibson and how he's gonna be absolutely terrorizing defenses in the Big 12. So let's see this little 17-second clip. Oh my God. Sorry, let's keep it muted and then we'll get up out of here. See what that boy did. Drop him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's your speed, dog. I don't know what to tell you. It was nothing nifty. Oof. 2 moves. Ow. Okay. I like the concentration. Oh, that's it. That's all y'all got for me? Man, that boy nice. That boy fast, though. That boy fast. So that's just a small little update. That's a little throwback. Shout out to Deion Sanders for this throwback. I'm not gonna watch this. Don't feel like being copyrighted by Pat McAfee. But that's the update. Some linebackers, not wide receivers, linebackers, linemen going for some justified reasons, and a lot of goodness going on in Colorado. Man, hey, if y'all enjoy these videos, leave a like. If you don't, leave a dislike. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content and anything else in between. Man, and we'll see you next time. All right, peace.